Blendies, welcome back to Blender's Review. Also, welcome for the newcomers. So, as teased in my community post, I'm gonna bring you to the Upside Down today. This is the Ichiban-kuji Prize A Stranger Things Demogorgon figure over here from Bandai. It is a really cool figure, and the Ichiban-kuji is some sort of like a lottery system, should I say, where you get the prize based on the alphabet you get. Of course, the starter alphabet, such as A, the closer you are to the earlier alphabet, you get better prizes. And yeah, here it is, and it's a pretty cool thing. So let's get straight into the box. By the way, I haven't really seen a proper review of this figure. I'm not so sure why. It's been quite a while since this thing was released, so I'm not sure if I'm the first one to review, but Demogorgon. The upside down kind of thing? Look at that. Netflix, Stranger Things, Demogorgon. The backside of the box. The side over here, Stranger Things. Top part, Prize A, that's in Japanese. Nothing at the bottom. That is pretty much it for the packaging. So let's get straight to whatever's inside a box. We have a stand for the Demogorgon where you put this thing between the leg over here, and of course you have the figure itself. This is such a cool figure. It really is a cool figure. I'm not so sure why there are no real reviews for this guy, not so sure. It's either that I didn't manage to find it, because it might be, or I mean, the thing is that since Ichiban-kuji's Japanese stuff, there might be Japanese review on this guy, but I'm not so sure. I cannot search it in Japanese, so it might be there or not. Whatever it is, here it is. Really cool guy. Look at that. For the prize that you get, where the single ticket costs about, I don't know, like $7, $8, meaning that you can take a chance to win this guy for $8 only. That's such a good thing about prize figures. And considering all that thing, I cannot believe this is a figure for the prize, because they can just directly sell this thing for real. I mean, except for whatever the resellers do. It's a really cool figure. Look how disgusting, menacing it looks. Just like from the series, Stranger Things. Look how detailed it is. See all the teeth and things. Look at all the red painting. Look at the mouth. That is disgusting, and I really like it because that's what Demogorgon's supposed to look like. Look at all the wrinkles and things. The ribcage, a little bit of muscle definition. Look at that. Look at all those wrinkles. It is really cool. So this is a statue-like figure, so there is no articulation, so I cannot really go through it, but it is really cool figure still. Looking at all the details and things. The fingers, the claws, look at that. Look how evil it looks. Look at that. I love these kind of creature-like characters from the series. Also one Vecna figure from the same Ichiban-kuji series, which they haven't really released a second wave. I'm pretty sure this is from the first wave, because it's kind of old now. I think it's been a year or so, but I also heard that there's going to be second wave for Stranger Things, so probably Vecna figure? If that's the case, I'm trying to get that thing straight ahead, because this is just peak. It is really cool figure. There are really not much Demogorgon figures out there, besides McFarlane and 3-0. Bandai also made the movable figure for Demogorgon, but I don't have that one. And that thing has somewhat limited articulation. I personally prefer statues or moving statues where they have very limited amount of articulation but have much better detail than the ones that have a lot of articulation. So technically better than action figures when it comes to details. I used to not be a big fan of statues, but when it comes to these kind of creature-like figures that's supposed to have a lot of details, then hands down, this is one of the best Demogorgon figure out there. I don't have the 3-0 with me, because I'm not a big fan of 3-0. It's just me though, and I am never planning to get it, but here it is. Really cool figure. There's honestly not much to talk about besides just having a look at overall thing of this figure. Does it move or anything? I mean, this thing stands well. on its own. But just in case it falls, you can put this thing. It has a exact same mold, so that you can just slide this thing in over here, but it's kind of hard to do. This also means that I have to stretch the plastic a bit in order to put this guy inside, but I don't want to stretch the plastic. I'm just gonna let this guy be, just let it be as how it is. Already done cool. It can pretty much stand on its own without any issues, unless you shake the table or something, or whatever the surface this guy's standing on. Really cool figure. Look at that. I can't get over this thing. Look at that. Look how menacing it looks. Really cool figure. And because this is my very first Stranger Things based figure I have in my home now, in my entire collection, I'm definitely trying to get more Stranger Things figure in the future. Possibly Bandai's articulatable Vecna figure that they had. They used to have it on Amazon. I'm not so sure if it's available anymore, but if it is, I might get it, because I know 3-0 made one Vecna figure, but not a big fan of 3-0, again, aforementioned, so maybe the Bandai figure, or I just truly wish that they create a second wave of this Ichiban-kuji figures, so that I can get the Vecna figure. That will be pretty sick. Well, not much things to talk about since this is a statue, but more like a showcase, I would say. Not a big thing here. If it had the articulation on this guy, pretty sure the details would have lacked compared to what it is right now, because the joints would, of course, be exposed. But I'm really happy for how this guy turned out. For a prize figure, such an amazing thing. Not so sure where you can get this outside of Asia. Maybe on Mercury. Check the Japanese website. There's pretty much a lot of, not like a lot, but they have some of the Demogorgon figure. They also have the last one prize, which has exact same sculpt, just slightly darker painting. But of course, I got the prize A version because it's the original color of the Demogorgon, but based on your preference, you can get it in Mercury, the Japanese website, second-hand website, so do check it out if you want to get this guy. Pretty cool figure. Trying to get it for a Stranger Things fan, or Dead by Daylight fan, because I usually collect killers based on whatever's inside Dead by Daylight, because it's part of my favorite game, but I also do collect the figures based on other things that are also not in Dead by Daylight that I wish it was in there. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, get this guy. He's pretty cool. Demogorgon. The size is pretty big too. Look at that. Stands about 23 centimeters tall, somewhere around there. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.